Friends and viewer, good evening. The Dear Departed, one of the play written by Stanley Houghton who born in 1881 and died in 1913. So, an English writer, Stanley Houghton, The Dear Departed. William Stanley Houghton was a famous English dramatist. He was one of the best of a group of realistic playwrights, often called the Manchester School. In his every play, he sought to present an idea. He was a prominent member of a group of playwrights known as the Manchester School of Dramatists. So he was strongly influenced by Ibsen. So today, the drama which I am going to discuss with you, the name of which is The Dear Departed. So there are various characters in this beautiful and interesting drama. Mrs. Slatters and Mrs. Jordan, their husband Henry Slatter, Ben Jordan, a girl of teen, daughter of Amelia and Henry Slatter, Victoria Slatter, grandfather of Victoria Slatter, Abel Merriweather. These are the characters involved in this drama. So Abel Merriweather, before I'm going to tell you about the theme of this drama, let me discuss about the character. Abel Merriweather is over 70. He's bright, vigorous, with a twinkle in his eye. He believes in eating, drinking, and being merry. He's frank and straightforward. He takes the wise decision of disowning his children and start making his life more comfortable by remarrying at the age of past 70. Amelia Slatter, she's the elder daughter of Mr. Abel Merriweather. She's a greedy, stingy, materialistic woman. Mrs. Slatter can stop down to any level to satisfy her greed. She's a dominating wife and a vulgar woman, prepared to do any more amount of straight talking to get her own way. Elizabeth Jordan, she's the sister of Amelia Slatter, the second daughter of Mr. Abel Merriweather. Like her sister, she too was no feeling for her father nor for her sister. She's a stout, complacent, impassive. Henry Slatter is Amelia's husband and is far more scrupulous than any other person in this play. He is more sensible than other character of play. Hence he gives the logical suggestion. Ben Jordan is the husband of Elizabeth, and he's a jolly little man with a chirpy voice, accustomed to be humorous but present. Victoria Slatter, a girl of teen. Victoria is an obedient child, very fond of her grandfather, and she has a genuine feeling of love towards him. She is a precarious child. So these are the characters involved in this drama, The Dear Departed. So in the play, let us see what is in this play. The Dear Departed. Stanley Houghton satirized the degradation of moral values in the British middle class in trying to grab the things belonging to their father. The children completely disregard modesty, decency, and obligation toward their family. In the beginning of the play, Mrs. Slatter goes to offer something to her father, Abel Merriweather, and finds him quite cold, not responding at all. He is motionless. So she declared that her father is no more and died. Accordingly, her sister and her husband, the Jordans, are informed about the certain demise of their father. Mrs. Slatter and her husband are busy making arrangement for the morning. They are expecting the Jordan to join them. They start using the various belongings of their father. Victoria, daughter of Mrs. Slater, does not like all this, but reluctantly she is helping her parents in these matters. Victoria is asking to keep a watch on main door to inform her mother about the arrival of Jordan. Mrs. Slater is not willing to share her father's belonging with Mrs. Jordan. When the articles are being shifted, the Jordan arrive, the family members start a detailed conversation on the deeds of their deceased father, planning the detail of the obituary announcement in the papers and the insurance premium payment. They start a discussion over the distribution of their father's belonging among them. Surprisingly, what happened at this point of time, the play witnessed a turn of events. Victoria, who has been sent to the grandfather's room, returned very scared. She tells everyone that grandfather is alive. To everybody's surprise, grandfather is seen coming downstairs. He is surprised to find the Jordan over there too. No one dares to tell him that he had been declared dead. While taking tea, the truth comes out and he gets to know how his daughter have been in a hurry to divide his possession among them. So what happened? On knowing the harsh reality, the grandfather decided not to live with any of his daughter. He even expresses his final intention to change his will. He declared that he is going to give everything to Mrs. Shorrocks, whom he will marry. He feels that by marrying Mrs. Shorrocks, he will have someone to look after him, his wholeheartedly, without considering him to be a burden. So this is the story of the play, The Dear Departed. And this happened this is the story of the Mr. Abel Merriweather's greedy daughters, how they planned to distribute their possession among themselves while they think that their father had died. But surprisingly, that old man, Mr. Abel Merriweather, was alive, and he given them a surprise, and at once he started to realize, and he started to know that their children are not, they don't love him, and so he decided that he will marry another woman, Mrs. Shorrocks, and he will shift there with her. So this is the story of a greed, of how the children, their daughters greed, and The Dear Departed. I hope you will enjoy this play while you read it. Thank you.